Welcome to Radcliffe, Kentucky. We're here for the 17th District Girls Basketball Championship. We're at Ron Bevers Gymnasium at North Hardin High School, and the home team is the number 1 seed, and the home team on the scoreboard, that's the Lady Trojans of North Hardin High School, led by Coach Vance Isom. They come into tonight's district championship with a record of 25-6. That is officially the winningest season in the history of North Hardin High School girls basketball. So congratulations to Coach Isom and these girls. They are trying tonight to add to those accolades and repeat as the 17th district champions. On the other hand, on the other end of the floor, Coach Nikki Coleman brings her squad in 18-12. And an exciting group to watch. They've improved so much during the course of the season, and it culminated 2 nights ago in a big upset over the Elizabethtown Lady Panthers. The Lady Bulldogs of John Hardin High School, led by the MAC. That's all 3 of them: Destiny McAllister, Charlotte McCurry, and Caroline McCurry. So the 3 MACs are leading the way for the Lady Bulldogs. It's going to be an exciting matchup. Several things I want to point out in our pregame show. Certainly want to talk about the Lady Trojans. They are, in my mind, the best team in the region. I know Bardstown Bethlehem would argue, and they would have a good argument. They've won 5 of the last 6 region championships. They are the highest-rated team, and now with one of their best players back, they're going to be hard to handle. Bardstown, a tough squad as well. And so coming out of that Bardstown area, Nelson County District are going to be 2 contenders for that region championship. But I like the Lady Trojans. And the main reason why is the name Isom. Whether it's Coach Vance Isom, who's a phenomenal in-game coach, has done a great job putting this program together, or Peyton Isom, senior, leading scorer, ball distributor, ball handler, just one of the very best all-around guards you're going to find, Peyton Isom. And so certainly she gives them their best chance tonight and moving forward in the playoffs. Casey McKinney, the sophomore post, along with Destiny Scott, who can play post, can play out on the wing, a very versatile 6-foot sophomore, averaging 9 points and almost 7 rebounds a ball game. You also, I think, have the key for tonight, as it was against Central Hardin on Tuesday. Alana DeBose and Nevaeh Raphael, can they make shots? In their last matchup between these 2 teams, which was back on February 5th, North Hardin beat John Hardin by 9 points, but it was a 2-point ball game with about a minute and a half to go. And a lot of that was due to the fact that the Lady Bulldogs had an amazing defensive strategy. Coach Coleman really packed it in tight. They guarded Peyton Isom everywhere. Lillian White is a tough ball defender and just does a great job on the other team's best players. Really wore Malia Courtney out 2 nights ago in the big upset. Did a similar job on Juliana Stith in their last matchup of the regular season. And so Lillian White is a great defender, but the defensive strategy of just packing in anybody who got the ball inside in that matchup, whether it was Casey McKinney, Destiny Scott, or even Peyton Isom driving, they were double-teamed when they got the ball anywhere within 10 feet of the basket. And that was super effective. And the 2 players they left alone for most of that ball game were Alana DeBose and Nevaeh Raphael. When they missed a couple perimeter shots, it seemed like they got confused. What do I do with it? Should I keep shooting? Should I just pass it on? And that's really what happened. They didn't shoot. They passed the ball on. And honestly, I think you'll see tonight that if they're unguarded, they will attack. If the Lady Bulldogs employ a similar strategy of leaving Alana DeBose and Nevaeh Raphael alone, they will attack the basket until they're guarded. And so I think that'll make a big difference. That'll be something to watch for. Will they guard those 2 out on the floor, maybe even Asia Charles? And what do those 2 or 3 Lady Trojans do with the basketball if they're unguarded? Alana DeBose with 3-pointers the other night against Central Hardin proved she can shoot the basketball. So that's one option. Obviously, option one is open and shoot it. But if you're unguarded, you can drive until they actually guard you. And I expect to see a lot of that tonight. So keep an eye on, are the Lady Bulldogs going to guard the other players on the floor other than the two bigs and Peyton Isom for the Lady Trojans? So that will be an interesting strategy between Coach Coleman and Coach Isom. How are they going to combat expected strategies, and what new ideas, what new wrinkles might the coaches bring to the district championship? Now let's talk district championship before I get back to the Lady Bulldogs and the amazing season they've had and where they are right now. Tonight will be full of intensity. It is a crosstown matchup. You will see the Beat John shirts on the North Hardin side. You will see the Beat North shirts on the John Hardin side. And it is a very exciting atmosphere in here. It's already crowded. We're just a few minutes from the starting lineups. But we've got a good crowd. The teams are on the floor. The bands are playing. The atmosphere is going to be fantastic. The intensity, because it's a rivalry game, because it's a championship game, will be amazing to watch. However, the one interesting fact about tonight is both teams will move on. Both teams have qualified to play in the region tournament. The region tournament will start this coming Sunday and Monday, so it will be at Hart County. So these two teams, I believe, tomorrow morning will be drawing for their positions in that region tournament. The region tournament will start on Sunday, and we'll see what the schedule holds, a Sunday or a Monday game for these two teams. But they're both in. Honestly, I love that for this game because there's not a whole lot of pressure other than the fact that both teams desperately want to win this championship and beat the other. There's not a lot of pressure. You don't go home with a loss here. And so sometimes that allows you to play a little freer. It looked like on Tuesday night in both games, especially in the first quarter, the teams had a lot of adrenaline, which was causing their shots to be a little off. And it was very low scoring in the first quarter, maybe even in the first half. It took a little while for some of the players in these games to get comfortable and to feel confident. So both teams will advance from here, one as the champion, the other as a district runner-up. On to the Lady Bulldogs. Their do everything senior Destiny McAllister will carry a lot of the load. Number 4 had 25 points and 4 boards in the big upset of the Lady Panthers. She was a force. She made a three-pointer, but most of her damage done shooting from 5 to 10 feet on jump shots as she elevates with her athleticism over anybody that's trying to guard her. And so that was a big part of that victory on Tuesday night. The other story were the McCurry girls. 9th grader Caroline McCurry, she had 9 points and 10 rebounds. A phenomenal ball game, doing everything. She had a little bit of foul trouble, and when she went out, the Lady Bulldogs suffered. It was glaringly obvious that they lost a lot of inside physical presence when she was off the floor. She's got to stay on the floor and out of foul trouble for them to be good. And the story for me, again, I've watched Charlotte McCurry, the 7th grade McCurry, all season long, and she is obviously skilled. She's obviously a player that looks well beyond her years. Size, physicality, skill. She is fantastic, but I'm going to dub Charlotte McCurry with a new nickname. Her new nickname for me is Too Cold. She was absolutely ice in her veins on Tuesday night. Wanted the ball in the big situations. Completely calm and confident that entire time. Made 4 huge free throws down the stretch. And so TC Too Cold, Charlotte McCurry, had 18 points to go along with a couple of rebounds. But those 18 points, again, she averages 13 on the season, which is a good number in and of itself. But in a big elimination game like that, with a rivalry like they have with Elizabethtown, just a phenomenal performance from Charlotte McCurry. She really wanted the ball down the stretch. Again, she made the 4 big free throws in a row in the last minute and 10 seconds of the game. 2 trips to the line, 4 points, and that was the difference. And we are ready for the national anthem here. So we'll pause for just a minute as Malachi Mullins is announcing that we are standing for the national anthem.
With the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem is sung by Miss Janiyah Banks.
So the colors have retired from the floor. The national anthem has been sung, and we're about ready for the starting lineups here. Again, brought to you with PA announcer Malachi Mullins. I do want to mention one other contributor for this Lady Bulldog squad from John Harden. Last night, a big bucket in the last 4 minutes of the ballgame, a three-point shot by Nevaeh Arnold. Ended up being the difference as the ball game was a 61-58 victory for the Lady Bulldogs. So a really big shot and a really big moment in the last 4 minutes of the ball game. Again, you've got to have big plays from a number of different players. You cannot just rely on your top three. Both teams have a big three, but you've got to get good play from the cast of characters all around your big three. And so that shot from Nevaeh Arnold was a massive shot. made such a big difference. So the starting five for the Lady Bulldogs announced. And we've got Destiny McAllister, Charlotte McCurry, Caroline McCurry, Lillian White, and Nevaeh Arnold for the Lady Bulldogs. Coach Nikki Coleman there to give them a last few details before we get started tonight. And now the Lady Trojans. And so the starting lineup for the Lady Trojans: Alana DuBose, Nevaeh Raphael, Peyton Isom, Destiny Scott, and Casey McKinney. The announcements have been made. The ball and the officials are on the floor. We're about ready to get underway. I'm Paul Gray bringing you the action tonight from here at North Hardin High School, 17th District Girls Basketball Championship. Tomorrow night at Central Hardin will be the boys' championship. Panthers and Trojans going at it there. Destiny McAllister wins the jump. Lillian White with it, guarded by Peyton Isom. Charlotte McCurry has it. DuBose on her. They probably want to make her as uncomfortable as possible there. The defensive intensity in those semifinal games was impressive for both of these winning teams. Great look inside by Caroline McCurry. Ball knocked loose. Lillian White diving on the floor for it. Held ball. Possession error will go to the Lady Trojans. So McCurry got the ball, drew the double team. A little pocket pass between the double team defenders. Arnold couldn't get it to go over the much taller Destiny Scott. There's Isom guarded by Lillian White. They're going to move the ball around. Raphael to McKinney. McKinney looking around. There's Scott with it. Again, they're going to pack it in a little bit here. There's DuBose being aggressive, like I mentioned. McCurry fighting with McKinney for it. And possession arrow this time back to the Lady Bulldogs. So it was McKinney and Caroline McCurry battling for that rebound. 7:08, we're about a minute in. Full court pressure, diamond pressure. Charlotte McCurry about left. Nevaeh Arnold bails Destiny McAllister out, sets a good screen, and McAllister's over mid-court. Man-to-man look from the Lady Trojans here early. McAllister in the lane, could have jumped and shot, didn't. Three on the way from Arnold, no good. Batted away. And it will stay with the Lady Bulldogs here. Little buzzer, not sure what the buzzer is for. Got some debris on the floor. Need to get several things off the floor there. That's what that means. There's another little piece of debris on the floor, but they weren't able to see it there. Lillian White gets it to Arnold, guarded by Casey McKinney. Tight ball pressure. McAllister pump fake. Drive in the lane. A lot of contact. They are going to call that foul. Good block by Destiny Scott, but body contact. Let's see who the call is on. I believe it was on Nevaeh Raphael, but I'm not sure. I'm going to give that to Raphael. Raphael and McKinney were there. Couldn't see or hear who they credited that to. The first one's short by McAllister. Asia Charles checking in. Casey McKinney checking out. That was actually on Casey McKinney. So both of them were there. They give the foul to McKinney. Second one off the mark as well, so 0 for 2 from the line for McAllister early here. Asia Charles rebounding, going the other way. She was a great rebounder on Tuesday night against Central Hardin. Nevaeh Raphael inside, can't get it to go. I'm not sure who they're going to call the foul on here either. There was a lot of contact. Number 11, Nevaeh Arnold, called for her first foul, team's first, and Nevaeh Raphael will go to the line, I believe, to shoot 2 here. So with 6:15 to go, there's no score. McAllister couldn't convert from the line. We'll see if Nevaeh Raphael can do that. First one's good. Second one rolls in and out. Caroline McCurry with the rebound. Going to get it to Destiny McAllister, working full court against Nevaeh Raphael. Again, a good screen from Arnold. Lillian White's going to fire a 3. That's off the mark. Hustling after it, Caroline McCurry runs it down. Gets it inside to Arnold, but blocked by Scott. Nevaeh Arnold's been very active and has had some good looks, but it's Destiny Scott to erase those. Some good ball movement, and they're getting the ball to Nevaeh in good spots. Destiny Scott at 6'1" and with all kinds of jumping ability. Pass barely gets in time to McAllister. She's guarded by Asia Charles. Charles was so physical. Oh, great backdoor cut, and look, couldn't get it to go. Wow, a little bit of nerves. Charlotte McCurry got her own rebound, now fighting against the double team. They're going to call a foul. Can't remember if that's on DeBose or who that's on. Couldn't see. I believe it's on DeBose. Couldn't hear if that was DeBose or Isom they called that. I believe it's on DeBose. We'll see it pop up on the screen. They called it on Peyton Isom. Lillian White gets it to Nevaeh Arnold. Again, guarded by Destiny Scott. Nice pass to McAllister driving. Oh, great cut from McCurry, blocked by Nevaeh Raphael. So 3 block shots on the defensive end. They're going to make you earn everything. Of course, Charlotte McCurry had a good look with the left hand on a great backdoor cut. Couldn't get it to go. So they've had a few good looks that have not been able to take advantage of yet. There's a good screen and cut. McAllister in the lane. She's going to be fouled by Destiny Scott. A great inbounds play off the baseline. So her first, team's third already here. 5:25 to go. It's 1-0. Destiny McAllister back to the line. She's got that one. Really calm. Pure stroke there. Adriana Anderson going to check in for Nevaeh Raphael. I think she was the one that the pick was set on. She didn't call out the switch. I'm not sure exactly what coach is getting on her for, but that one's off the mark. So 1 of 2 there. 1 of 4 total. Good rebound by Asia Charles, but it's tied up. Possession arrow goes to the Lady Trojans. 1-1 is the score. 5:21 in. Charles' second rebound. DeBose is going to bring the ball up the floor. Again, they're playing what looks like a 1-1-2 zone with a chaser chasing Peyton Isom the whole way, and it's Lillian White. And again, the pressure, the pass just a little off, and Isom could not come up with the pass there. So turnover on the Lady Trojans. They'll go back to the Bulldogs. Screen set. Nevaeh Arnold doing a great job setting screens everywhere. There's Lillian White driving. Adriana Anderson, good defense to help Charles. Running good offensive sets, the Lady Bulldogs. Getting a good look every now and again, but just not able to score it right now. We're 3 minutes in, no field goals. Again, Arnold getting a good look, but blocked by Scott. Her third block, 4th by the Lady Trojans in the early going here. Making it real difficult to score inside. There's Lillian White driving. Anderson with the great help. Trying to go backdoor there, but a turnover. The backdoor cut by McAllister was knocked free. Scott finds Charles driving. Blocked by McCurry. The crowd wanted a foul there, but McCurry blocks the shot. So going the other way as well. McAllister drives off the glass and gets it to go. The first field goal of the ball game for either team. 3-1 Lady Bulldogs. 4:14 to go. Again, low scoring first quarter, just like in the other games. 3 on the way from Isom air ball. She thought there was contact by Lillian White. As again, White is doing her thing just like she's done to Malia Courtney and Juliana Stith in past games. They're going to call a foul on Adriana Anderson as Charlotte McCurry was driving. Too cold, Charlotte McCurry. Anderson, I believe that's her first, team's fourth. So one more foul here with 3:59 to go in the first, and the Lady Bulldogs will shoot two. Lillian White left open. They get it in the post to McCurry, but she could not handle it, and so couldn't take advantage of the size advantage she has. She wants the ball, comes and gets it from Lillian White. Again, off the screen by Arnold. Arnold doing such a great job with those screens. Drive for McAllister, doubled now. Gets it to Caroline McCurry, driving all the way to the basket for the layup. Caroline McCurry with a bucket. 5-1, Lady Bulldogs. Long two from Scott. I'd love her to stay outside that and shoot it as a long three, or as a three, or drive it all the way to the hoop. Out of bounds, it will be off of the Lady Trojans. Lady Bulldogs have it, and the Lady Bulldog fans loving it right now. 5-1 is the score, 3:21 to go. Again, it was a very slow start on Tuesday night for the Lady Trojans. They were down 10-8 at the end of the first quarter to the Lady Bruins. The score ended up at 58-38. Convincing victory for the Lady Trojans. We'll see if they can't get things going here against this Lady Bulldog squad. This is a Hardin County Education Community Television production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools live Channel 1 programming, sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunications needs. Physical therapy associates, more personal attention, more effective results with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, and South Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. McCurry inbounds to Lillian White. Full court pressure, more like 2/3 court. Off the foot of Isom. White has to run it down. And Coach Coleman's going to call a timeout there as they were not going to get the ball over half court. They need to talk about what they're going to do. Still kind of a diamond pressure look from the Lady Trojans, but picking up more at about 2/3 to 3/4 court, not all the way to the opposite baseline. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Take a virtual tour today at eTownApartments.com. For those serving our country in the military, a discount is available. eTown Apartments is a family-owned and operated management service with over 30 years of combined experience. Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling is a family-owned business with competitive prices, pickup service, and a friendly staff available for your recycling needs. Located at 311 Steel Drive in Elizabethtown. Call 270-982-7206 to talk to someone about scrapping metal and recycling. It's 5-1, Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs have possession, 3:12 to go in the first period. We have a long way to go. We're just getting going here. McAllister now, cross-court, Lillian White cutting toward the middle of the floor, really smart. Arnold now hits McAllister, flashing through the lane. Fall-away jumper from the baseline. McAllister's got 5. White guarding Isom. Isom being really physical with her. Good idea. That's what you got to do. Asia Charles, 1-foot runner. Not a great idea. Destiny Scott, rebound, put back, foul on McAllister. I'm not sure who they called it on, but it was absolutely Destiny McAllister, number 4. It looked like they held up 2 fingers. Not sure about that. Scott gets it to go, her first. Here comes Lachey Jones. She'll check in for Nevaeh Arnold. Arnold played some really good minutes right there. Her confidence seems to be growing. Destiny Scott makes a pair. The smooth shot of Destiny Scott. McAllister over midcourt. They don't jump her in the double team right there. Screen coming from Caroline McCurry. Nothing there. 7-3 is the score. Lady Bulldogs. Double team coming now, but she gets it away immediately. Lillian White gets it back to McAllister. 3 on the way open, just off the mark. Lillian White another rebound. She gets it to Charlotte McCurry. McCurry finds Jones, who couldn't get it to go. Adriana Anderson gets the rebound, her second of the game already. Alana DeBose left-hand dribble picked up by Charlotte McCurry. Charles driving, tries to get it to Adriana Anderson. Wow, great outlet. Quickly to Charlotte McCurry. Step through, bucket. Her first. So McAllister rebound and immediately turned and fired a rope down the floor to too cold Charlotte McCurry, and she scores it. They are going to call a foul there on Lillian White. She does need to be careful. Her value to this squad handling the basketball and putting that kind of defensive pressure on is super important. That's her first, team's third. 1:49 to go. She's got to do it cleanly. She wants to play physical, but can't get herself in foul trouble. Knocked away by McAllister. Peyton Isom's going to run it down. 138 and counting, 9-3 Lady Bulldogs. Shocking the Lady Trojans not able to get any offense going here. From the free throw line, Destiny Scott, maybe there's your number one option. Keep getting her the rock. Obviously, Peyton Isom has only had one look, really, to this point. Double team in the corner. Great job passing out of that double team. White almost lost it. Jones runs it down. Charlotte McCurry, three on the way. No good. Caroline there for the rebound. Gets it to Lachey Jones. What a beautiful pass. She could have gone up and taken a contested shot, Caroline McCurry, but she decided to find her wide-open teammate. Ball taken away from Isom as she's doubled and tripled as she gets in the lane. That is the strategy that they used in the last game. Any post player or guard who drove in the lane was immediately doubled or tripled, just making it super hard to get any easy buckets. They're going to make them shoot it from the perimeter, from the free throw line, and that's where Scott was super successful there. But a turnover back to the Lady Bulldogs, taken away on the other end. Alana DeBose with great defense. Well, they're going to give it to the Lady Trojans. I saw it off Alana DeBose's hand there, but Lady Trojans going to get it. They had possession on the turnover. White guarding Isom here. Peyton Isom maybe a little frustrated already as Lillian White really making her life difficult. Charles from the free throw line. She's got it. Asia Charles stepping up. 11-7, 30 seconds to go here. Destiny Scott giving it right back to Lillian White. She has some instructions for her 7th grade point guard. Adriana Anderson out top guarding the length and speed of Anderson. They're playing like a 1-2-2 zone pressure. Look, Charlotte McCurry, 15 seconds. McAllister driving, has to find back to McCurry, 10 seconds, 9. Looking for her spot to go with the basketball, 5 seconds, 4. She traveled, didn't call it 2. 1, Jones. McAllister didn't get a shot. Great defense. As there was so much pressure, there was never an open shot look there. I think McAllister, as she pivoted and was looking for somewhere to pass the ball, I think she may have kind of dragged a foot, but no call there. It's 11-7 at the quarter. Similar look to Tuesday night for the Lady Trojans as they were down by just a little bit at the end of the first quarter against Central Hardin. So we'll see if the adjustments Coach Isom can make and the intensity that they can bring will be enough to get them going and run them past this Lady Bulldog squad. Eatown Exterminating is a locally owned, family-run pest control company and has been serving Hardin, Meade, Grayson, and Nelson counties and the surrounding areas of Kentucky since 1976. Whatever your pest control issues are, termites, spiders, crickets, general pests, even moles, their team has the knowledge, skill, and training to safely and effectively eliminate the problem. Call 270-737-6900 or go online at muggabug.com. That's muggabug.com. West Point Bank has 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point, or find us online at westpointbank.com. Let us help make life simpler. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple. 11-7, still no Casey McKinney. She only has 1 foul, and she's been on the bench for the last 5 minutes. Still not back on the floor here. This happened a significant amount of minutes against Central Hardin. I'm looking over to the bench. I don't see her. She may be at the training table right now getting something looked at. So there may be an injury that I was unaware of. As Lillian White tried to fire a pass to Destiny McAllister from outside the three-point line at the top of the key to the post, and it was just way too high. Turnover on the Lady Bulldogs there, their third of the game. Charles unguarded but does not drive it at the basket. Same thing true of Nevaeh there. She saw McAllister standing and looking. Charles there. Back across to Scott. Elbow jump shot. She's got it. Dude, I'm telling you, that is money. She's got 6 points and a rebound here. Destiny Scott finding the range from 15, 16 feet. Fantastic mid-range game from Destiny Scott. 11-9 is the score. Trying to go into the post again. Again, a turnover is Charlotte McCurry. Step back. DeBose three-pointer. Woo! She's heating up again. Alana DeBose had 3 threes against Central Hardin. She's got her first one there. See Casey McKinney back to the bench after being at the training table. Yeah, I'm not aware of what injury she might have, but she's getting worked on a lot when she comes out of the ball game. Charlotte McCurry back to Lillian White. Goes to Lachey Jones in the high post. Back to White. Drive. Caroline McCurry, 3 on the way. They needed that one. Doesn't get it. Lillian White, great rebound. Trying to go up against Destiny Scott. No chance. Peyton Isom, they're going to call a jump ball. Thought they were going to call a foul, but I believe that possession arrow is going to go to the Lady Trojans. Lillian White got the rebound. Was not able to get the shot up as Destiny Scott, I believe, had her 5th block shot. It's crazy. 6:23 to go. Lady Trojans ahead, 12-11 here. There's that 1-1-2 look as Lillian White again just making life miserable for Peyton Isom as she bats that one out of bounds as they're playing this 1-1-2 and chaser as Lillian White just chases Peyton Isom everywhere. It's exactly how they've played Malia Courtney in that E-Town game as well. Nevaeh Raphael wanted to go to the post. They're knocked away by Lachey Jones. She wanted to go to Destiny Scott in the post, and then she was guarded. Driving, losing handle. Nevaeh Raphael lost it. Charlotte McCurry came up with it. Destiny McAllister with it now, top of the key. Lillian White will reset. It's a 3-2 zone look now for the Lady Trojans, just making sure they weren't in man. It is a zone look. Charlotte McCurry in the corner. Back out top of Lillian White. They've got to keep moving the ball and rotating. If they do there to Destiny McAllister, but the zone is there. They need to find somebody in the middle of the zone. Lachey Jones is the one in the middle of the zone. Back to the post as Charlotte McCurry doubled in the post. Now trapped in the corner. Caroline's got it. Gets it to Lachey Jones, high post. Back to Charlotte. 12-11. Lady Trojans, good defensive set here as Casey McKinney will return in just a moment. 5-10 and counting. Long possession, another batted ball. Lachey Jones trying to get it to Lillian White. Knocked off of Alana DeBose as she had the quick hands. Nevaeh Arnold checking in. Lachey Jones checking out for the Lady Bulldogs. McKinney will return and Nevaeh Raphael will check out. White to set the offense, playing against this 1-2-2 zone look. Charlotte McCurry to Caroline in the corner. McKinney steps out. McCurry gets in the lane, finds McAllister for an easy look inside. Couldn't get it done. Destiny Scott has it. They're going to get it up the floor here. Lana DeBose has the numbers, but McAllister quickly back. Mid-ranger off the mark. Asia Charles rebound again. I think that's her third. Knocked away by Caroline McCurry, however. And going the other way, Nevaeh Arnold had it there. And now it's Charlotte McCurry. Corner, Lillian White, 3 on the way. Way up in the air and down through the bucket. Lillian White's first basket. That one almost hit the rafters. It had so much air under it. There it is again. Scott from the elbow. Couldn't get that one. That's her first miss from the free throw line area, including 2 free throws and 2 buckets before that. Charlotte McKinney pump fake and drive. Finds Caroline on the opposite baseline. Caroline drives no good. Nevaeh Arnold has it. Caroline another look. Can't get that one to go either. And Asia Charles with another rebound, her fourth. They call double dribble on Charles there. (14-12), Lady Bulldogs in front. Good start to the quarter for the Lady Trojans, but they've kind of slowed down again as both teams playing fantastic defense. They're going to have to make some adjustments to find some bucks. They got to take the lid off the rim, too. McAllister and Caroline McCurry had 3 good looks in the last 2 possessions from inside 10 feet open and unable to get those to fall, so they've just got to make some shots. In the post now again, Nevaeh Arnold just off the mark there. Another good look. Couldn't get it to go. There's McAllister from the elbow. That's off. Just nobody able to get a ball to go in the bucket right now. There's Isom streaking down the floor. Finds DeBose trying to get it to Charles. Great catch by Charles. McKinney's going to drive now. Wow, she just ran over 2 players and scored. Woo! Freight train coming through as she just runs over 2 John Harden defenders. It's 14-14. So again, lots of good looks for the Lady Bulldogs. Unable to score it in these last 4 possessions. They've had at least 5 what I would call really prime looks at the basket. Just not making the shots. 14-14 is the score. 2:32 to go in the half. Charlotte McCurry out top. She wants Nevaeh Arnold in the corner. Guarded. Now double team. Arnold's got it again. She tries to dribble through the double team. It's stolen. Alana DeBose has it. Great pass. Look to Charles for the bucket. Beautiful ball movement and transition bucket for the Lady Trojans. It is a fast and furious pace. Not a lot of scoring, but some really intense defense being played by both teams. The great defense is something that will carry these teams in the region tournament. I can't imagine that a lot of these teams are playing this physical and this tough defensively. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm just looking at this a little bit through rose-colored glasses. Caroline McCurry, a big 3. She's got 5 to go with 3 boards. 17-16. Oh, they're going to call a held ball as Lillian White grabbed the ball from Peyton Isom. The held ball possession arrow. What's going on here? Possession arrow to the Lady Bulldogs here. Lillian White makes another amazing defensive play to just wrestle the ball away from Peyton Isom. Destiny McAllister 3 on the way. That's just off the mark. There's another rebound from Nevaeh Arnold. Doesn't matter who has it. Charlotte McCurry came up with a loose ball, but her toes were on the line. That is at least a 5th block. I need to start tracking that, for crying out loud. It's at least a 5th block for Destiny Scott as the ball was rebounded. Excuse me, the catch was made by Nevaeh Arnold. Instead of getting it blocked, she went ahead and gave it. Couldn't get to the basket. Casey McKinney blocked that time by Caroline McCurry. Drive to DeBose, left hand bucket. Alana DeBose, another big shot. 18-17, Lady Trojans in front. Under a minute to go now. Now they're going to put on some pressure. Double team. Lillian White 3 on the way. Off the mark. Charlotte McCurry couldn't save it. 42 seconds to go here in the second quarter. McKinney got inside. Contact with Nevaeh Arnold. Not called either way. They could have called it on Arnold. Charles open for 3. Just off the mark there. McKinney almost had the rebound. Couldn't get it. Lachey Jones will run it down. Her first rebound. Caroline McCurry finds Charlotte McCurry, who drives. Blocked by Casey McKinney. We got McKinney, McCurry, McAllister. And I almost got them mixed up for a second there. Got Adriana Anderson checking in. Nevaeh Raphael checking in. We'll get Casey McKinney out. Get the 2 bigs out for the Lady Trojans. They'll go small and quick on the defensive end here. I believe McAllister's going to drive. They should go to McAllister in the lane without the bigs in there. But there's Caroline McCurry. It's her turn to carry the load. She's got 7. 1 point advantage. Lady Bulldogs, 13 seconds to go in the half. Isom's got it against Lillian White. cross court to Asia Charles, but she cut to the basket, so it's over her head. And Vaughn Zeisman talking about the contact with Lillian White. And again, that's what she did to Malia Courtney all game, and Courtney couldn't handle it. 5 seconds, 4. McAllister step back three, no way, not even close. Raphael steps out of bounds with the rebound, but because it's out of bounds, it will go back to the Lady Bulldogs. They've only got 0.5 seconds. They've got to catch and launch immediately for this thing to count. And I would just have McAllister cut to the rim, throw it as high as he can. White, she couldn't get it off. It's blocked by Charles anyway. She took too long to let that one go. What a great first half, highlighted by some great defensive performances on both sides. Again, if you say defense wins championships, both of these teams understand that and understand how to put the pressure on. We got to see in the second half who can make a few shots. Both teams getting a couple of looks here and there, but just unable to get those looks to fall. 19-18, Lady Bulldogs up by 1. This is Paul Gray. We'll be back in 8 minutes for first half stats and second half action.
Back with one of our live sports sponsor interviews. Joining me today is Don McMahon from Brandenburg Telecom. You've been with the business for over 19 years, around your 19th anniversary.
Yes, coming up, yep.
Awesome. Now, did you get on, I guess, right after high school?
I did. Learned all the, front counter, service rep stuff, and answering phones, and then moved up to marketing when I graduated. So I've seen a lot of changes since I've been in the telecommunications industry.
I was going to say, like me, I started in '85, and technology has definitely changed.
Yes.
And things that we used to say would take years to kind of evolve are a couple of months now.
Yes, yeah, it's ever changing. You get one new technology and another one comes out. Like you said, especially like TVs and HD and streaming and all that. It's always changing. So
well, and that provides new services, but then you still have the old that we have to kind of limp along to in that regard. Tell me a little bit about the history of Brandenburg Telecom.
Well, we've been in business over about 75 years, and that's been in Meade, Breck, and Hardin. So we've done from two-party telephones to dial-up to TV service, and our latest endeavor is our fiber optic network.
Talk about that. Blast, is it still called Blast?
Yep, that's our router. Our fiber, we do plan to extend it out to Hardin County and Meade County and Breckenridge County, reach as many people as we can, because fiber is so important these days to everybody, because there's work from home, and if you have to go online schooling, it takes a lot of bandwidth to run a household. So fiber will kind of future-proof your home when it's there.
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting.
Yes.
For you all to get to me.
Hopefully it'll be there sooner rather than later. So.
Great. What's involved in that movement when you're expanding that footprint?
Yeah, well, we have to go from center and broadcast out, since our central office is in E-Town in Radcliffe. So it does take we got to run lines. Some of it's underground. That takes a long time to do. But when we get in a new area, you'll see our trucks around, and then we go door to door, and then we'll call and email, and we'll definitely let you know it's available.
Okay, wonderful. Now, Brandenburg itself, like you said, you're in Hardin, Breckenridge, Grayson?
Meade.
Oh, Meade.
Parts of Clarkson, it's our Parks of Grayson, it's Clarkson actually, yep.
Got you. And how many employees are at Brandenburg?
We have about 130, 140 around there.
And like you say, they travel all over those 3 and 4 county areas.
We do, yep. We take care of everything. We have an office in Brandenburg, Radcliffe, E-Town, Hardinsburg.
Well, Brandenburg, of course, is the one that got us started in regularly broadcast live sports. You came to me early on, and we've never looked back, really.
No, it's 20 years ago probably now we've been doing TV service, and that is since we've talked about new technology. Our TV was, over coax or Cat5 wiring. Now we're kind of getting into streaming services. So, you take a Fire Stick, plug it in your TV, and then you can get Brandenburg Telephone TV service on that.
So talk about the various new apps or things that are involved.
Yeah, Bark is our newest app, and it monitors kids' online presence. So, these days kids are online all the time. So Bark monitors your kids' text messages, their emails, any apps like Snapchat, and it alerts you if it flags anything bad, like violence or like suicidal thoughts or bullying. Bullying's a big thing these days because, you know, back in the day, kids would get bullied at school only, and they'd come home and they'd get away from it. Now they can't get away from it. They get online presence all the time on Messenger and text. So we think it's important.
And we know that the AI involved also targets individuals, especially teenagers. So if they Google or they surf one thing, automatically they get bombarded.
Yes.
With more.
They don't know what's going to pop up next.
Exactly. So that sounds like a great option for parents just right away. That's a great movement.
Yeah, the parent downloads the app on their phone, and they download the app on their kid's phone, and it connects them, and it makes them in communication.
Right. So people, how do they get information about Brandenburg Telecom? Where do they need to go?
They can go to our website. That's probably the easiest. It's bbtel.com, or call one of your local offices.
Well, it's definitely easy to spot those, your main locations in Elizabethtown and Brandenburg with the beautiful mosaic tower.
Yeah, we like to turn the lights on and try to do a theme like Christmas and Halloween, so everybody seems to like it. A lot of people think it's a church, but we're definitely a telecommunications service. So.
Yeah, and it is absolutely, I mean, whoever came up with that idea, that was a good one. Thank you once again for sponsoring All Live Sports. Why do you feel that BBTEL needs to be involved in this?
Well, we're local. You know, like I said, we've been here forever, so we definitely want to invest in the community like we're doing in the fiber service, and we want to invest in the people and the kids too. So, you know, I think it comes full circle once it's all said and done.
It definitely does. Yep. So thank you again. Thanks on behalf of BBTEL, and thank you at home for watching our live sports coverage.
Hi, I'm Jarrett Cox with HCEC-TV, and I'm pleased to be joined by Sean Rich of E-Town Exterminating. Thank you for being here.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here.
So, you were telling me before we started that you have been in business for 47 years, and it's been family-owned and operated this entire time.
Yes, this is a company that my parents started back in 1976, and I came in the company about 28 years ago, and I've been in the company ever since.
You know, I see your people all the time out working. They're working hard, and they're doing great work to keep us safe from all those pests. And talk a little bit about kind of some of the pest control that you do.
We do a lot of residential and commercial pest control. We do a lot of monthly services that we do on a regular basis. We do termite control, where we put the little green stations in the ground. It's called Centricon. We do a lot of mosquito management and mole management.
You know, mole management, that's not something that I would have thought of that you do. So I'm glad that somebody's out there doing it.
Right.
You need to protect us from those mole men. So you actually used to play sports.
Yes. In high school, I played basketball, and I ran cross country and track at E-Town High School. And then I ran cross country at Georgetown College.
It's so impressive. You know, something that I wish I could have done. And the support that you have given us to allow people to be able to not only run track and play basketball, but people to be able to see their kids on TV. And that's such a special feeling. It's
a unbelievable that now that we can watch a lot of these sports. Growing up, we were lucky to have one little picture or maybe a videotape of one of our games. But it's unbelievable what you all do to go out there and to be able to put these kids on live TV and the exposure they get in the community. And we're just glad to be a part of it.
And we're really grateful for your support, because without you, we would not be able to do what we do.
Well, thank you.
So if somebody is in need of getting some, whether it's mole management or termite or even mosquito control, which is not something that I would have thought of either. I'm really glad somebody's keeping those pesky things away from me.
Yes.
If somebody needs that service, how do they go about contacting you?
They can call us on our phone. It's 270-737-6900, or you can get on our website and we have a contact us, and they can send us an email that way.
And that's mugabug.com, correct?
Yes. muggabug.com.
And like I said, you all do fantastic work. I see your men hard at work here around the studio, making sure that we're safe from all those bugs. And hopefully we don't have to worry about moles, but you never know.
Well, you never know.
Rashawn, thank you so much for being here.
Okay, it's my pleasure.
And thank you so much for watching HCEC-TV. Let's get back to some great sports action.
Welcome back to Ron Bevers Gymnasium. We're at North Hardin High School. 17th District Girls Basketball Championship is on the line here in the second half. It's just a one-point ball game. Lady Bulldogs lead 19-18 at half. It's been a phenomenal first half, characterized by defense. And again, as I said right before the break, defense wins championships. And right now, both these teams are playing championship type of basketball. Now they've got to make a few shots. And whoever can make a few shots here is going to go a long way to winning this thing. Some halftime stats. Destiny McAllister with 5 points. Charlotte McCurry just 2. Caroline McCurry with 7. Lillian White with 3. Lachey Jones 2. That's the Lady Bulldogs. On the other side, Lady Trojans, Casey McKinney 2. Destiny Scott 6. Lana DeBose 5. Nevaeh Raphael 1, Asia Charles 4. The one thing I would say, just watching the Lady Trojans right now, they have not been able to get but maybe one basket in transition. So creating turnovers and getting the ball out in transition, I think, is super important. So that starts on the defensive end. It just speaks to the fact that the Lady Bulldogs have done a pretty good job of taking care of the basketball. But if the Lady Trojans can get out on the break, that would make a big difference in getting some easy buckets. I think even though this Lady Bulldog defense is packing it inside, just really making it difficult, that the Lady Trojans can't settle. Peyton Isom struggling with Lillian White guarding her. I think she's got to continue to try to blow by Lillian White to the basket, not to create her own shot necessarily. She is patient enough and a team ball player enough where she doesn't care if she scores at all. But if she can drive, she can draw the defense and find some of the bigs from North Hardin to give them some better looks at the basket. I think that's important. I think it's important that some of the other players for North Hardin are doing the same. I'd love to see, again, even though they're packing it in, I'd love to see Scott and McKinney around the basket. They're so strong and so tall. If you can simply get them the basketball within 5 feet of the basket, they're going to get buckets and they're going to get fouled. And so even though the defense is meant to shut that down, I think you keep pushing it and forcing it. They have not done enough of that and have not been able to score the ball with any consistency. For the Lady Bulldogs, the defense for the Lady Trojans is just so tough. They've got to continue to slash and find the gaps in the zone when they're playing that 3-2. McAllister in the lane for jump shots. Caroline McCurry in the lane for shots. So I'd love to see them get Caroline McCurry playing the high post and get her the ball in the middle of the zone. She's the one with the strength and athleticism to catch and score in there, as well as being strong enough to handle a double team when it comes. We're ready to start the second half, and it's Isom against Lillian White. Let's see what kind of adjustments have been made. Here comes a double screen, but a double team off of it. DeBose for 3 from the baseline. Man, dude, there she is. Alana DeBose now has 8 to lead all scorers, and 2 of them from three-point range. Again, I said the other night, if she's shooting like this team is going to go a long, long way in the tournament. She's really putting the pressure on Lillian White. Now it's a man-to-man look. They played some 3-2 in the first half, especially the second quarter. Obviously, Casey McKinney and Destiny Scott both on the floor here. Contested 3 by McAllister, no good. There's Casey McKinney with the rebound. Up ahead to Destiny Scott. Nevaeh Raphael ahead of the defense. Got it to go. There they are, quickly in transition, getting the ball to Nevaeh Raphael. 23-19, 5 quick points, 7:04 to go in the third, and they've opened up a 4-point advantage. Have the Lady Trojans at 23-19. Two really good possessions there. Lillian White with a nice move. Gets inside, couldn't get it to go. McKinney rips it away from Arnold. Two quick rebounds for Casey McKinney. Oh, what a great one-handed look to Scott. Wow. Timeout, Coach Coleman and the Lady Bulldogs. DeBose, a little bit of penetration. One-handed quick pass to a cutting Destiny Scott as she got behind her defender. Kind of backdoor cut. Caught and scored immediately there. Scott now with 8 as well. So Scott and DeBose leading scorers for this Lady Trojan squad. It's a 6-point advantage right now. This is an HCEC-TV student production, a division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, Waddell's Auto and Scrap Metal Recycling, eTownApartments.com, West Point Bank, and eTown Exterminating. 6:40 to go in the third. Lady Trojans up 6. Didn't take long for them to establish some second half dominance. We'll see if there's an answer from the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs will have the ball. Lillian White to inbounds. Charlotte McCurry and Destiny McAllister to help break the press. McAllister back to White, now to McCurry, back to White. Good ball, easy job breaking the pressure there. Again, a man-to-man look for the Lady Trojans here. McCurry gets it against Isom. Isom going to give her some space. She's not going to shoot from out there. Two Lady Trojans running at McAllister. McAllister now on McKinney. Step through off the glass. Oh, that should have gone. No good. And there's McKinney. Just going to be physical to keep McAllister off the ball. Bad pass, but Scott comes up with it. Long pass out of bounds, so a little sloppiness with the ball handling there. One of them, Destiny Scott, tracked down. The other got away. So again, back to the Lady Bulldogs. McAllister got a great look and couldn't get it to go. That was the story of the first half. About 5 or 6 really good looks in the last 5 minutes of the second quarter. There's McCurry. Really rough shot with the left hand. They're going to call a foul on McKinney. I don't know if I like that foul. She played good defense. There may have been some body there. So too cold. Charlotte McCurry going to go to the line to shoot a pair. McKinney picks up her second, team's first of the quarter. And there she is. She's a 70% free throw shooter. She was better than that on Tuesday night, especially down the stretch. Gets a pair. Raphael will bring the ball up the floor. Get it to Isom there. Back to Raphael. Raphael's going to be aggressive and drive. I like it. She finds McKinney in the post, but, yeah, they're going to call a held ball possession error to the Lady Bulldogs as it was a really tight pass. She got it to McKinney, but she was double-teamed there, and the ball was tied up. Coach Isom, no argument. Some of the fans didn't love it, but double-teamed and tied up. Certainly looked like a good defensive play by the Lady Bulldogs. 25-21, 5:32 to go in the third. White working against Isom again, man-to-man defense here. 2 screens. White then gives it to McAllister. Caroline McCurry's going to set a screen. McAllister working against Destiny Scott. Right wing now, Charlotte McCurry. Left-hand dribble to the middle. Tried to go off 1 foot. They're going to call a foul on Raphael. Coach Isom didn't like that one. I don't think I did either on that. They had a couple of questionable light calls. If there was a foul, it was a mistake because Charlotte McCurry was way off balance. Did not have much of a chance to get that one up on the glass. That one just a little short. Again, 25-21, 5:13 to go in the third. McCurry 2 for 3 from the line. All here in the last minute and a half. That one's short as well and off the mark. McKinney high in the air to get that rebound. She's got 4 rebounds in this quarter. Quickly up the floor, and Raphael couldn't get it to go. There's McAllister with the rebound, hustling the other way. The defense is back. Caroline McCurry's open. She'll fire the 3. Just a little too quick. She needs to be set and ready to shoot that. Ahead to Scott. Nobody there for her to save it to. Turnover back to the Lady Bulldogs. Yeah, off the top of the post above, so that's going to be an out of bounds turnover, as again, Charlotte McCurry looking to get shots up, but they're kind of wild-looking shots right now. She got bailed out a couple times with some foul calls, but there, just a wild look. Scott guarded by Caroline McCurry now. Isom steps sideways. Oh, she had a look, couldn't get it. Asia Charles, good rebound. Blocked by McAllister. They're going to call her for the foul. No, they're going to call 11, Nevaeh Arnold. That's her second, team's first of the third quarter. Asia Charles, after another rebound, she's got 5 on the ball game to go with 4 points. She'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Up 25-21, now 26-21. Lachey Jones checking in, Nevaeh Arnold checking out. Again, Nevaeh Arnold's played some good basketball tonight. Second one good. Man, Charles looking good here. 6 points, 5 boards. If they win this ball game, she'll be a big reason why they've been able to do that here. Good take. Charlotte McCurry again couldn't get it to go. Left hand layup. Shot adjusted by Destiny Scott, but she just couldn't get that one to go. DeBose 3, just back iron. Rebound Charles again. Isom open for 3, can't get it to go. Lachey Jones is going to run it down there, looking for somebody to get it to. Knocked away by Nevaeh Raphael. Patty Gregory going to see her first action. She's a three-point shooting specialist. Maybe they can get her an open look, as Jones will check out after nearly turning that one over. McCurry stepping through the double team, gets it to Gregory. Gregory guarded by Asia Charles, turning back into a double team, but quickly gets it to White. Knocked away by Isom. Quickly ahead, DeBose, left-hand layup. How does Alana DeBose always seem to end up on the left side? She's a left-handed player. She knows how to get to her spot there. Nice play by McCurry to not let. Oh, in the lane, Caroline McCurry, another bucket. She's got 9 to lead the Lady Bulldogs. Quickly the other way. Ooh. Raphael almost got it to go. They call the foul on Caroline McCurry as she was hustling back. But the Lady Trojans are beating the Lady Bulldogs back, even after made baskets at times. So that's just a hustle issue. You've got to get back on defense. 29-23 Lady Trojans, and it goes through after the bounce. 30-23, a 7-point lead as Raphael scores her 4th point. She'll have one more coming here. 3:20 to go in the third. She makes a pair, so 5 points for her. An 8-point Lady Trojan advantage as they are asserting themselves. And again, the Lady Bulldogs' lack of ability to get some buckets. They've got to figure out how to get Destiny McAllister more involved. Batted away, a little bit of a loose kind of lazy pass there, knocked away by Raphael. Adriana Anderson finds DeBose, corner 3. Wow, that rattled in and out. Fighting for the ball. Lillian White gets in there and ties it up. The littlest Bulldog gets in there, and she gets her hands on those rebounds an awful lot. McKinney back in, Adriana Anderson back out, Gregory out, Nevaeh Arnold back in. Raphael now crossover. Caroline McCurry stays in front of her. It's a man-to-man look here now. They're still playing that zone. They'll step out. Scott for 3. Just off the mark. McKinney. Rebound gets it to DeBose. She's got 5 boards here in the third quarter alone. Casey McKinney making her presence felt in a tough ball game. Trying to get it into the post to Isom against Lillian White. It's the team's third. Lillian White's second personal. Screen set, trying to get Isom open. They're going to call a moving screen on Nevaeh Raphael. Yeah, it's her second, team's third of the quarter. 2:37 to go, 31-23, 8-point advantage. Lady Trojans, been all Lady Trojans here in the third. Again, on the strength of this defense, only 23 points, and we're nearing the end of the third quarter with 2:25 to go. Lady Bulldogs only able to manage 23 so far. Missing some good looks, but it's been such good defense. Man-to-man look right now for the Lady Trojans. McKinney pushing McCurry out. They call her for the foul. Good call. As Caroline McCurry was trying to get by her, and McKinney was just shoving there. That's her third, team's fourth. So every foul from here on in by the Lady Trojans will send the Lady Bulldogs to the line for the next 2:12 anyway. Charlotte McCurry inbounds from the baseline. Box set on the inbounds. Screen across for both. Nobody open. They go to Caroline McCurry, left baseline. She drives in the lane. Shot a little short. There's Asia Charles with another board. She's got 7 boards. Caroline McCurry picks up her second with the block there. Team's fourth. Both teams with 4 fouls in this third quarter, so any more fouls will be shots for the next 2 minutes. Scott in the corner now. She's going to drive, puts it on the floor, has to back it out. Lillian White sneaks up from behind, gets the ball in a bucket on the other end. Wow. Turnover there. Shot on the way for Scott. Boy, rattled in and out. Looked good all the way. It's off of the Lady Bulldogs on the attempted rebound. Over the top, Destiny Scott's going to get it to DeBose, guarded by Charlotte McCurry. And again, it's Isom looking to post up. Now is going to come out and get the ball against Lillian White. Again, I just say take it to the rim. Knocked away. That is going to be a reach foul by Lillian White. Peyton Isom has to put pressure back on her. Make her foul, and that was a great play by Peyton Isom there. John Harden faithful don't like it, but White was reaching all the way. Her third. That'll send, again, Isom to the line. She has not scored yet in the ball game. She'll have 2 free throws. They're up 6, 31-25. This is the way to get Peyton Isom going. If she can see a couple go through the hoop, she could make any number after that. So it's a really good spot for the Lady Trojans. Again, Lillian White wants to be super aggressive. Got to try to not foul and give up easy ones. 2 free throws for Isom. Charlotte McCurry driving across the lane, finds Caroline, who's going to drive baseline. Going back cut to White. She drives. That's going to be blocked by Destiny Scott going the other way. That's 6 block shots for Destiny Scott on the game. Isom open for 3. Just what I was talking about. You get her a couple of free throws. She gets the feel and the range, and there goes the 3. 36-25, 11-point ball game as the Lady Trojans starting to stretch this thing out. Under a minute to go in the third. Caroline McCurry working on Isom. Back out to Charlotte McCurry. She's going to reset. Number 4, whatever that is, they're going to have 4 high. Here comes McAllister out top. Cut through. Oh, great play, Nevaeh Raphael. Bounce passes. Raphael's running out. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound. DeBose. She's going to be fouled. Lillian White's going to pick up her 4th. That is a bad spot. Again, these cheap ones. DeBose rebound. Goes up to put it back and gets fouled. Shay Jones is going to check in. I'm sure she's going to get Lillian White. They don't want her to pick up to foul out early here. The end of the third quarter. Isom will check out to get a short rest at the end of the third quarter as well. DeBose knocks that one down as well. 37-25, 12-point advantage for the Lady Trojans. Only 25 points scored by this Lady Bulldog squad. Oh, there's a good drive. Man, good drive by McCurry, but she couldn't finish. She's getting to the rim, but it just maybe an intimidation factor. See her dad, Jared, on the bench telling her, go strong. He's going up. And miming to her, hey, go strong. to the basket. Don't worry about the contact or the block shot. They're going to call the foul on Destiny Scott, which will send Charlotte to the line. Too Cold knocks down the free throw there. She's got 5 points tonight. Destiny Scott has 2 personal fouls. And Charlotte McCurry makes both, so she's 4 for 6 from the line tonight. 70% free throw shooter on the year. 14 seconds. Charles driving. Blocked by Caroline McCurry. With 10 seconds, Destiny McAllister has it, but she loses it. Turnover back the other way. Trying to get it to Scott in the lane. Couldn't do it. 3 seconds. 2. They're going to call a foul on Asia Charles. Wow, bad idea. And Lachey Jones will go to the line to shoot a pair. Bad timing on that. It's an 11-point ball game. Destiny Scott will check out. So Nevaeh Raphael got the steal, threw it up to try to get it to Destiny Scott, who was cutting to the rim. Just not an accurate pass. A pretty good idea, just well off the mark. And so Lachey Jones will go to the line. Charles' first foul. Jones will have a pair here. She's got 2 points on the ball game. She makes the first. Cutting into this lead, a bucket from, 2 free throws from Charlotte McCurry on the last trip. A free throw there from Lachey Jones. She's got one more to try to cut it under 10 to get it back to 9. That would be a big deal. Off the mark. Oh, wow. Caroline McCurry had a chance to get it. It was knocked out of bounds. They're going to say the Lady Bulldogs have it, so they might get a shot with 1.4. .4 seconds to go. No time ran off the clock on that, even though the ball was touched. So a little bit of a mistake there. Oh, Caroline McCurry was wide open, couldn't get it. She would have had about a 3-foot shot wide open. The ball was thrown a little high, and she could not get a hold of it. She's telling her dad, hey, the ball was thrown up here. What's going on? He's just telling her, hey, relax. You got to get in here and play some ball. 38-28 as the third quarter was all Lady Trojans as they have wrestled control of this ball game away. They were down a point going into this second half. It was 19-18. They scored 20. And the Lady Bulldogs scored 9. So the Lady Bulldogs are averaging 9 per quarter. That's all they could manage in that third, and they got hammered in that third quarter by 11 points. Tune in weekly for all local HCEC-TV programs airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable's Channel 2 and Spectrum Channel 184. All HCEC-TV programs on the HCEC-TV YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel today to get your local community sports and events. Special thanks to our HCEC-TV crew, Kai Horn, Jackson Houston, Jonathan Bland, Noah Miller, Lena Swecker, and director John White. I'm Paul Gray doing the announcing for you. It's a pleasure to get to call this 17th District Girls Basketball Championship. Those have been a lot of fun over the last 4 or 5 years to be able to call these championship games. So much intensity, so much desire. These teams are really, really wanting to walk out of here with a championship and with some nets hanging around their necks as they would have an opportunity to cut down the net as the 17th District champ. Charlotte McCurry's got the ball. Let's see what Coach Coleman's got. If they can try to get, boy, again, Nevaeh Arnold doing a great job setting screens out top. That's what you got to get. Drive and shots in the lane for Destiny McAllister. Her first bucket since the first quarter. She's got 7 points to go with 3 boards. Destiny Scott just a little short from the corner. McAllister rebound. More shots in the lane for Destiny McAllister. That's exactly what they've got to find. She goes again at it. She's going to get fouled. 2 shots coming for McAllister. Foul on Nevaeh Raphael. Her third, team's first. And again, if they can get to the line here, they're down 8 now after the McAllister make. She gets 2 free throws coming here. Exactly what they've got to do. I don't know if that's what Coach Coleman and Coach McCurry said. Hey, Destiny, you've got to get shots in the lane, but that's what I'm begging for. She has not had a lot of opportunities in a good scoring position. Caroline McCurry's had some pretty good looks in the lane and has taken advantage of it. She's got 9 points to lead her team. That one crawls in as well. She's now tied with McAllister, who has 9 points also on the ball game. 38-32. Quickly, it's a 6-point ball game. Isom drove. Now it's McKinney. She's going to use her strength. Oh, mid-ranger, Scott, off the mark. Rebound, Raphael on the weak side and put back. Big play. She's got 7 points. So Dubose with 12. Raphael with 7. That's where the points are coming from. That's what you need if you're the Lady Trojans. Those two having big steal by Dubose. She's going the other way with it. Left hand off the glass and in. Exactly what we talked about pregame. You got to have big games from Raphael and Dubose. They're going to try to take away Isom. They're going to try to take away McKinney and Scott by double teaming anything that's anywhere near the basket. And it has to be those two. And they have delivered big in the lane. Scott couldn't do it. Way off the mark there, McCurry. Rebound, Raphael going the other way. It's a 10-point game in a hurry. Scott with the bucket and the foul. I believe that'll be on Caroline McCurry, her third, team's first of the quarter. Destiny Scott with the bucket. She's got 10 points and going back to the line. Well, Peyton Isom with just 5 points. And it's a dominant performance. It's exactly what has to happen. When the other team is dedicated to taking away your number one option, your other options have to come through. Scott at the line. Oh, rattles in and out. There have been a lot of that tonight, and McAllister has the rebound. Screen from Arnold. Here comes another one. McAllister off the screen. 3 on the way. Boy, it looked good. Didn't go. Isom's got the board. She's going to push it up the floor. Adriana Mitchell's checked in for the Lady Bulldogs. Oh, McKinney got it but couldn't get it to go. Scramble for it. McKinney on it. Timeout, Coach Isom. Boy, was he on it there, because 2 Lady Bulldogs were going to dive on that and tie it up and create the held ball. But Coach Isom calls a timeout as soon as McKinney landed on it. He asked the officials the ball will be out of bounds at the baseline. We'd also like to thank NHHS, the National Federation of High School Sports, and its support in providing live streaming service. Contact NHHS.com to subscribe today. This is a Hardin County Education and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunications needs. 5:56 to go, 44-32. It's a 12-point game. So right out of the box here in the fourth, it was the Lady Bulldogs cutting a 10-point deficit to 6 within a minute. And now, back out in front by 12, the Lady Trojans counterpunch. They took the big punch from the Lady Bulldogs and answered beautifully. And Lady Bulldogs find themselves down by 12 with only just under 6 minutes to go. And tough situation for the Lady Bulldogs to be in here. Scott in the corner finds DeBose. She was looking in the post for McKinney. Too much traffic in there. As again, the Lady Bulldogs continue to try to pack it in. Nice spin to the baseline, but Arnold doing a great job defending. As it's now McCurry that's all over Isom. As Lillian White with 4 fouls has to sit for a while. Front iron, Charlotte McCurry with the rebound. She's leading the break, but it's 1-on-2. She'll go into Isom. Score it and the foul. Charlotte McCurry doing exactly what her dad said. Go strong to the basket. Stop worrying about the contact, shying away from it. Stop worrying about the block. Go into the body and score the ball. And she did that. So Nevaeh Arnold will check out. Lillian White with 5:29 to go with 4 fouls. She's got to get back on the floor to help this team out. Charlotte McCurry, too cold late down the stretch on Tuesday. Same thing here, and it goes. So McCurry with the 3-point play, having a much better second half than first half, that's for sure, as she's got 7 points, 9 total. 44-35. Oh, nice job posting. Peyton Isom can't get it to go. A lot of contact. McKinney rebound put back. She's only got 4 points. They've got to find a way to get her more involved offensively other than just her rebounding and putting that back. Obviously, a lot of that is the Lady Bulldogs playing a very tight inside look. Oh, reverse by Caroline McCurry. Couldn't quite get it to go. Casey McKinney hustling. Couldn't come up with it. It'll stay with the Lady Bulldogs. Good baseline drive. Went to the opposite side. Caroline McCurry really playing some good ball tonight. It's really good news for next year's squad. Over the top, Caroline McCurry runs it down. 46-35, 40-55 to go. So it's an 11-point game. Adriana Mitchell, mid-ranger, no good. Charlotte McCurry now with the rebound. There's McAllister in the lane, left hand, got it. They're doing everything they can in this fourth quarter to try to get back into this ball game. Double dribble as she had put it on the floor once and put it back on the floor. So turnover, Lady Trojans. DeBose. It's a 9-point game. DeBose smiling at the John Hardin student section as they're giving her a hard time on that turnover. She's been phenomenal tonight, leading all scorers. Caroline McCurry now unguarded is all the way to the rim in a bucket. So there was a switch, but the two Trojan defenders both went with the other player and left Caroline McCurry to herself. McKinney, nice post move. That's where you got to go with the ball. Caroline McCurry did everything she could. Casey McKinney too much in the post. 48-39, it's back to a 9-point advantage. McAllister crossover. She gets to the lane, triple team. Couldn't get it to go. A little bit out of control. Scott with the rebound. They're going to call it a tie-up, not a foul. Not sure I love that. I think there was a foul on that play. But the Lady Trojans will have it on the alternating possession. There's Lillian White. She's going to get called for her fifth if she continues to body up like that. Again, if I'm Isom, I go at her. Foul her out. Isom's only scored 5. What a great job by Lillian White. But I go at her and get that fifth foul off the glass. Couldn't get it to go. Caroline McCurry rebound. Can't get that one to go either. Ooh. Yeah, they're going to call it Lady Trojan balls that went off of McAllister. Another chance there, down 9. They could have cut it to 7. 2 good looks. So McCurry had a rebound. Caroline McCurry had a rebound and a putback opportunity on the miss. DeBose working on Adriana Mitchell. Down the lane, finds McKinney. Almost got the bucket and foul. Charlotte McCurry, her first. Team second. Casey McKinney will go to the line and shoot 2 on the shooting foul. Nine-point ball game. Casey McKinney makes that one. So having a really good fourth quarter, Casey McKinney. Sat a lot in the first half. Was at the training table. I don't know what the issue is. She makes a pair of them. Got to see a lot more out of her for this team to make a deep run. In fact, she needs to be a primary option for this team. Charlotte McCurry outside. Thought about the 3. Decided against it. She's going to drive on Peyton Isom. Doesn't like the look. She's going to find help with Caroline. Drive there. Wild one-handed shot. McKinney another rebound. She has 7 rebounds all in the second half. Almost stolen. It is taken away by Lillian White as McAllister bumped it loose. White, wild left-hand shot. Could have gotten it to Caroline, but Caroline gets the rebound and put back. Caroline McCurry now has 13 points to lead the Lady Bulldogs in this contest. Again, White all over Isom, and she's going to foul out. I told you that had to happen. If she's going to play her that physical, she's going to foul out. And so that is her 5th. It was absolutely a foul. Some of the Lady Bulldogs don't like it, but it's a foul. She is super physical, playing great defense, but you're going to get called on some of those. And that'll be her 5th, so Coach Coleman's got a sub. They're going to take the time that they're allotted. Lachey Jones, it looks like, is going to be the replacement here. Here comes Lachey Jones. Lillian White, phenomenal performance. Again, with her on the floor, Peyton Isom averaging 17 a game. She's got 1 field goal and a total of 5 points. Now it's McAllister drawing that assignment. Lachey Jones guarding Asia Charles. Good ball movement. Scott driving, twisting, turning in the lane. What a great step through against Charlotte McCurry. Too many weapons. 12 points now for Destiny Scott to go with 6 block shots. Ooh, Charlotte McCurry almost double dribbled. They said she kept her left hand off the ball. Destiny McAllister just looking to go one-on-one at this point. Turnaround jumper from 8 feet. There you go, another bucket for Destiny McAllister. She's got 13 points on the ball game. Caroline McCurry's got 13. 9 for Charlotte McCurry. So the 3 Macs have put in most of the work. Lillian White had 5 before fouling out. 52-43 with 1:43 to go. Again, an exciting game. The Lady Bulldogs not giving up a bit. They were down 10 to start this quarter. They're down 9 now. They just had a third quarter that put them in a hole. They could not get in a hole and win this ball game. They needed to keep this thing inside 2 or 5 points to make it a reasonable striking distance against an experienced championship caliber team like North Hardin. I don't know that I'm saying it's over, but certainly down 9 with 1:43 to go. And the fact that the Lady Bulldogs have struggled to score the ball tonight, it looks like we'll have a repeat champ, as the Lady Trojans won it last year behind Peyton Isom, Ella Shearer, and the rest of the gang. So here come the Lady Bulldogs. Again, both of these teams will move on. The drawing for the games and the matchups for region tournament will be, I believe, tomorrow morning. Double team on Isom. They've got to go to Scott in the full court here. 9-point game. Now it's McAllister there, looking to double team all over the floor. Lachey Jones on Alana DeBose. There's Asia Charles, gets it to Destiny Scott, motion offense. Charles inside, fouled. That's Caroline McCurry. It was a really good cut by Asia Charles. 4th foul on Caroline McCurry. Asia Charles to go to the line. She made a really good cut, caught and turned and shot all in one one movement. And McCurry had to be aggressive on that. Make her earn it, and Charles can't knock down the first. She's got 6 points to go with 7 boards as Asia Charles. Listen, Asia Charles, the first 5 games I watched her play this year, struggled. Again, she's a freshman, a little bit of experience last year with this squad. But man, she has improved 100%. She looks so good on the floor out there in all these games. Asia Charles is not just a good 6-man. She's a weapon for this Lady Trojan squad as they try to make a deep run in the tournament this year. 1:21 to go, 10-point ball game. McAllister loses it, picks it back up. Mitchell from the corner, a little strong. McKinney in between 2 defenders comes up with it. She's so strong in there. 8 rebounds all in the second half. Coach Coleman begging her team to come up and guard. Inside, Casey McKinney can't get it to go. There's Charles again, rebound. She threw that. I don't know what that was. Adriana Mitchell comes up with the rebound. Gets it to McAllister. She wants a 3. Good! McAllister cuts it to 7. 46 seconds to go. Step back. 3 ball. She's got 16 points on the game. So Lady Bulldogs are down 7 with 46 seconds to go in the ball game. District title is on the line. It looks really good for the Lady Trojans. They need to show that they can close it out. But they are, in fact, going to close it out. I believe they will. They've got a lot of experienced ball players. including Peyton Isom, to run the show. And it is Lady Trojan ball. They've got to beat the pressure. You'll see a lot of pressure from this Lady Bulldog squad. They are not ready to pack it in. Great shot from Destiny McAllister. Really great second half from McAllister. She really started to attack and get to the lane to get her shots. That has made all the difference. So here come the Lady Trojans. Get it to McKinney on the inbounds. Back to Scott. The two bigs can handle the ball. That's such an advantage. DeBose to Isom. You don't want to foul Isom, but they do. They had to at that point. They should have fouled DeBose. Not a bad free throw shooter, but certainly Peyton Isom, one of the better free throw shooters around. She is a 72.9% free throw shooter on the year. DeBose is only a 78% free throw shooter. Not much of a difference. You foul where you can when those are your options. But Peyton Isom misses the first. 38 seconds to go. 7-point ball game. Isom's got one more. She can make it an 8-point game if she can get this one. And she does. 6 points for Peyton Isom. McCurry's got it back to McAllister. They're going to push it up the floor. It's an 8-point game. McAllister, again, I would push it. She's going to step back, try to get a 3 off. Couldn't. She needs to just drive it and get a 2 off. And it's just chaos down there. Caroline McCurry, quick 3 jacked up, no good. Destiny Scott with the rebound. That'll do it, folks. That'll do it. There's going to be a foul there as Destiny McAllister trying to fly through the air and get the ball. They'll call her for the foul. Desperation time there, but the 3 scorers for the Lady Bulldogs were over in about a 5-foot spot, no spacing. McAllister wanted to get a step-back 3 look. They guarded it too well, and she had to give it up. Caroline McCurry shot the 3, just didn't have her feet set, couldn't get a good look on that end. McKinney misses the first. Again, it's an 8-point game, just 17 seconds to go. This thing is academic. And McKinney makes the second. She's got 9 points to go with 8 rebounds. And Caroline McCurry pushing it up the floor. Step back 3 off the mark. Fighting for it. Charlotte McCurry has it. She'll hoist it back up. No good. And it will be off of Destiny McAllister and back to the Lady Trojans. 6 seconds to go. 9-point ball game. And that's it, folks. Repeat champs. The Lady Trojans will go to 26-6 on the season. And they will win the 17th District Championship. Celebration is on. Got to give so much credit to these Lady Bulldogs for the improvement they've made throughout the season. They are a different ball club. I look forward to seeing them. Whoever gets matched up with the Lady Bulldogs is in for a shock. When you get to play as a district champ, when you get to play the runner-up from another district, you expect there to be a fall-off. They're going to have their hands full. Whoever draws them is going to be an unlucky circumstance because it will be a tough out. As hard as they play, with the options they have, with the great sets that they're running and the defense that they're putting on, with Lillian White just absolutely wearing out whatever is the other team's best player, best guard at least, and the rest of the team providing defense and scoring, they're going to be a hard out. I said it at the end of the regular season. I will say it again now. I said it at the beginning of the game. I like this Lady Trojan squad as they go into the region tournament. We're going to have the presentation of the all-tournament team here. So the all-tournament selections are being made. They'll be announced in just a moment. Congratulations to Coach Isom. 2 years in a row district championship. The girls, great way for Peyton Isom to finish up. Hey, guys, can you let me see who gets these? Just so I can ask. Thank you. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. Got a lot of excited fans here on the floor, and I'm just trying to get an opportunity to see these all-tournament selections so I can let you know what's going on here. In the meantime, let me thank our HCEC-TV crew tonight. Kai Horn, Jackson Houston, Jonathan Bland, Noah Miller, Lena Swecker, and John White. Thanks for working the cameras, working the production, technical in the truck. Excuse me. Guys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the floor for these presentations. The fans have got me blocked off pretty good, but I'll do what I can here. You'll see it better than I will. 55-46 was the final. We will have region tournament action for you for John Hardin and North Hardin as they travel to Hart County. Those dates and times, you can find them on KHSAA. You can find them. So Destiny McAllister, all tournament selection. He had 25 points in the big win over Elizabethtown. Did a great job tonight, especially in the second half, really trying to lead this team back. Fourth quarter was really a force. Just could not get over the hump. They actually won the fourth quarter by 1 point, but down 10 to start the fourth. Too big of a hill to climb against this great Lady Trojan ball club. Now Charlotte McCurry again, 18 against E-Town, a fantastic game there. Great game tonight again. They played their best ball late in the ball game as they got way more aggressive. Maybe needed to be a little more aggressive earlier in the ball game, but certainly they backed down not at all. Caroline McCurry will get the third all-tournament selection. Had her best game tonight, played really well rebounding and scoring the basketball. Again, as you try to take away Charlotte McCurry and Destiny McAllister, you got to have a good third scoring option. She was definitely that tonight. And now for the Lady Trojans, all tournament selections as Athletic Director Joey Stockton is presenting. Peyton Isom, floor general, ball handler, point guard. Did a great job. I really saw other players, Malia Courtney and Juliana Stith, show a lot of frustration on their faces. But Isom didn't show some of that frustration tonight. She just kept playing hard and filling whatever role she needed to get this win. Alana DeBose was a fantastic ball player tonight from three-point range, on running the break. Destiny Scott with the mid-range shot, 6 block shots in this game alone. So Destiny Scott, congratulations. Great performance here. Great performance against Central Hardin as well. And Casey McKinney, great second half tonight when they were down 1 at the half. She was one of the biggest difference makers in the second half. So congratulations to Casey McKinney. And now for the presentation of the runner-up and championship team awards.
Your general player of the game from North Hardin is number 2, Alana DeBose.
Player of the game, Alana DeBose tonight. So that award being given by 106.1 ESPN. She had 14 points to go with a rebound as well. Fantastic performance for Alana DeBose. The runners up, John Hardin Lady Bulldogs again. Magic on Tuesday night to knock off the Lady Panthers tonight. Just not enough magic to make this happen. A valiant effort, a great fight. Just not enough to make that happen.
And now, the champion of the 17th district for the second year in a row,
And the Lady Trojans hoisting the championship trophy, celebration, jubilation, and congratulations to the Lady Trojans as they will pose for pictures, cut the nets, and enjoy a second straight 17th District Championship. Again, congratulations, Coach Vaughn Isom, Coach Al Taft, all the girls for the Lady Trojans and all the work that they have put in to get where they are. We'll see you guys in a few days at the region tournament, but enjoy some more footage as I sign off. I'm Paul Gray. Good night, everybody.